This is how to make a coin vanish using nothing more than a pencil. Also, you're going to learn how to put a coin through the back of your hand. Both of these tricks involve one very secret move in magic. This move is called the French drop. We'll put the pencil aside and learn the French drop. The French drop, the coin is held in this position, with these fingers on the underside and your thumb on top, facing the coin towards the spectator. Now what you're going to do is come over with your left hand, if you're right-handed, and take the coin, apparently, in this hand and close it. So all together, you would have it like that, close it, and it's gone. Not really gone. The coin is secretly left in this hand. Let's see how that works. When this hand comes over to take the coin just simply drops by lifting your thumb up like that. Even though it's still in view there, if you tilt your hand up, the back of your fingers will cover that. This has got to be timed exactly when this hand comes over to take the coin and go over here. Focus all your attention on this hand. No one will know that you've left the coin over in this hand. Let's see what it looks like all together. Coin at your fingertips, thumb on top. Grab the coin at the same time letting it drop. Turning your hand over. Gesturing with this hand really sells the fact that the coin is here. Don't take the coin like this and show your hand open. Close your hand around the coin. If you believe in your mind that you've taken the coin, they will too. Now, let's get on to using the pencil. The pencil is merely a distraction technique, something we use to misdirect their attention from the fact that the coin is held in the same hand. So, if you do the French drop, turn your hand over, you'll notice that you'll have this coin left, no matter what size the coin, in the base of your fingers. By curling your fingers, you can hold on to that coin. Now you can pick up a pencil or any other object. It can be a knife, a fork, a magic wand, and hold it in your hand. Now it looks much more natural as you use that to gesture that it's gone. The timing is very important. This is how it should look. You can rewind the DVD and practice. Coin in your hand with the fingers in the bottom, thumb on top. Execute the French drop, turning both hands over, picking up the pencil, wave the pencil, and show that it's gone. Now, you're left with this coin in your hand. You could either put the pencil in your pocket and leave the coin with it, or if you want, you could reproduce the coin from apparently inside the end of the pencil lid by turning the pencil around, holding it, and just dropping the coin into that hand. It's as simple as that. Pick the pencil up, show the coin gone, turn it, shake the coin out, and tap it. Now they can examine everything and your hands are completely empty. To do the coin through the hand, it's a similar move, the French drop. You go to grab it, gesture with it, except this time instead of turning your hand up to show it's gone, you're going to keep your hand face down with the back of your hand up. You secretly have the coin here. All you're really going to do is lay the coin on your hand and pick it up. But when you do it at real speed, it looks like the coin is coming through the back of your hand. I'll do it once so you can see how it's supposed to look. And show your hand empty. Let's go over that again. Fingers on the bottom, thumb on top, execute the French drop you've already learned. Turn your hand face down. This hand secretly holding the coin basically lays it on top under your fingers, and then as you pull your fingers back and stand the coin up, you really get the illusion of the coin growing from the back of through the back of your hand. One more time. After you do that, open your hand slowly. That way they know you don't have two coins. And that is the coin through the hand, making a coin vanish using a pencil and reproducing it from the lead. Have fun! Alright, this is how we're going to learn to make the gimmick that we use to make the safety pins link together. You actually need 3 safety pins and 2 elastic bands. This is what you do. Open one safety pin very carefully, don't poke yourself, and just link them and close it. That's stage 1 done. But the second thing you're going to do is to take one elastic band, feed it inside the other one like that, and loop it around through the hole. So essentially when you pull it tight, they've locked together. Now you have 2 big loops. At the end of this loop, you're going to place a safety pin. Just lock it on and close it up. Now the situation is you have 2 elastic bands secured together, a safety pin on one end, and the 2 safety pins interlinked. Now you're ready to go. Let's learn how to do the trick. Alright, the safety pin with the 2 elastic bands is going to go around your wrist. You'll need to be wearing a jacket or a long sleeve shirt to do this trick. You take the large loop, pull back your sleeve, and place it all the way around almost up to your elbow. This will leave the safety pin and the other elastic being able to hang down just below your wrist. You don't want it to hang down too low, otherwise they're going to see it. After it's on, all you do, hold on to the safety pin, pull down your sleeve, and you're set to go. Now that you've got the safety pin with the elastic going up your sleeve, you can hide it by holding the safety pin at the end of your hand. You can also hide the other safety pin behind your second finger and placing your thumb on top. Looks pretty fair from the front. It looks like you have 2. You can touch them together and then you're going to go up and throw them down to the table. What you'll actually do is just throw down those 2. At the same time, you're going to let this one go up your sleeve. If you do them together, it looks like they linked in midair, and now everything's examinable, and no one will ever know the other one is up your sleeve. Okay, this is the explanation for the floating card. To do this trick, you're going to need two very secret gimmicks: your thumbs. As you hold the card in your fingers like this in the front, your thumbs secretly hold it by the bottom at the back. If the card's in this position, all you have to do is lift your thumbs back and it will appear from the front as the card is floating. Be careful to keep your thumbs low and not too high, otherwise they'll be able to see it from the front. When you get to a certain distance back, almost as far as you can go, you can open the front of your fingers up. From the front, it'll look like the card is floating. Animating the card by wiggling it back and forth with your thumbs creates the illusion, and then when you bring it back to normal, you can turn it around and hand it out for examination. That's the floating card. This is the explanation for the second floating card. What it looks like you're going to do is interlace your fingers, place the card in the center, and the card will float up into the air, as if by magic. Well, when you interlace your fingers, you leave one finger out like that. It's this finger that you can bend and balance the card on the center spot. Isn't that nice of the people that make the cards to put a little spot there to show us where to balance it? Right there, and essentially that finger just lifts up in the air and back down again. With the card there balanced perfectly, it looks like it's floating. You have to be careful that people are viewing this from right over top. So do it for someone that's standing, not someone that's sitting. Otherwise they can see your finger going up and down, and it's not such a good trick. But this is an amazing illusion when done correctly. It really looks as if the card is floating up in the air. And of course, let them look at the card after, as they will want to see if it's a trick card or anything like that. This is the explanation for the one-handed cut. To do this, you'll need a deck of cards and one hand. Hold the cards at your fingertips of your left hand like this, and your thumb at the back. You're going to need to let half the cards drop by lifting up your thumb. It's really easy to do. Just turn your thumb forward until some drop. Then take the first finger and curl it underneath that packet that's dropped and just start pushing it up. As soon as it clears, it'll automatically fall back into place. Let's see that again. Curl the thumb, let some drop, push up with the first finger until they get to your thumb. When they get here, just open this thumb up and close it. That is the one-handed cut. explanation for the string trick. Well, you're going to need to find a string. And we've probably got this lying around your house. It's the kind of string that'll have several different ends to it. It's called twine, and they're all intertwined with each other to make the string. Roughly in about the center, you're going to need to gimmick the string, but it's not hard. Just untwist the string until you can find where the twine is. Separate two of them and let them twist together, like that. Now what you have is one string that looks like it has two ends. If you keep your fingers there, or you just lay it down on the table, no one's going to notice. All they'll see is four ends and two strings. Well, the trick is pretty self-explanatory after this. All you have to do to get those ends to go back together is to pull these. Now you don't want to do it openly. You could do that. Looks kind of magical, but someone might, catch on. So what you want to do, after you have the ends out, which only takes a couple of seconds, keep them like that. You can show the string. Now you ask the spectator to hold out his hand, tell him you'll place the ends of the string, which is secretly the middle, covering that with your thumb, in his hands, and ask him to close his hands over the ends. Now, get them to turn their hand over and hold the two ends. All that's left now is to make a magic pass, pull the string, and it's back together. You can leave that on the table or give it to them as a souvenir.